We all had an absolutely fantastic weekend at the Fully Charged Live North Show last weekend. In this video I'll be talking about some of the stories from the weekend and also discussing my 3 key takeaways from the show. Number 1 is the world is changing very quickly. Number 2, electric cars are brilliant. And number 3, legacy car makers, beware, China is coming. So stay tuned. So this was the first Fully Charged Live North show in Harrogate, located at the Yorkshire Event Centre. Only an hour's drive for me, so we thought we'd give it a go and we're really glad that we did. We love Harrogate and the show itself had a great vibe as well. It really felt like the show wasn't trying to rip you off with charges for rides and entry and that kind of thing. It really felt like it was all about the transition to cleaner energy. The car parking was free, all the kids' games were absolutely free, and even the programme was free as well. I've been to car shows in the past where it's been that busy that you can't even get a look in some of the cars. This definitely wasn't the case here, and you had a chance to look in every single car if you wanted. And as you can see from the highlight reels, we took full advantage of this. They were also offering test drives on many electric cars as well, which was great if you were unsure whether to take the leap and purchase an electric car or not. We test drove a Model 3 Performance on the Saturday, and wow, what a car that is. Unbelievably fast, but also very refined as well. The current models are so well built and so much fun to drive, and also really quiet as well. My daughter absolutely loved it, but I'm not too sure about my wife, who was nearly sick after I put my foot down. We were also hoping to test drive the BYD Atto 3 on the Sunday as well, but unfortunately we couldn't get in till 4 PM, which was a bit late for us. We also got to meet quite a few of the Fully Charged team as well, including Robert, Imogen, and we also met EV Man as well. We had a really good chat with them all, and despite them being on the go all weekend, all of them made the time for a quick chat with my daughter and offered us some advice as well. You really have to hand it to the Fully Charged team. It's amazing what they've achieved in 13 years, starting from a little YouTube channel. To get it to what it is today is mightily impressive. I also spoke to someone that subscribes to this channel as well. They caught me ogling a bright pink Porsche Taycan. Sorry I didn't catch your name, but it was great to chat to you and thank you for watching my videos. So let's talk about my 3 key takeaways. Number 1, the world is changing fast. The show just further convinced me that the world is going through massive change at the minute, and it's moving very, very fast. It's really exciting to see some of the new tech on offer and how the renewable energy movement is advancing with pace. The home heating arena is one area where the tech is getting better and better all the time, and Dakin had a great stand demoing some of their air-to-air heat pumps and also air-to-water heat pumps. Many of the panel talks were really interesting as well, although I did feel like some of them were preaching to the converted, and it's really the doubters that weren't there are the ones that need convincing. How you reach that audience though is a huge challenge in itself, and there was still plenty of nuggets of information which was really useful. Some of the advances in battery technology and the collaborations and discussions between companies is encouraging and proves that the transition to cleaner energy is the right thing to do for us and future generations. Number 2, electric cars are brilliant. I know this one's a matter of opinion somewhat, but for me, electric cars are just better than ICE cars in every way. We were stood watching some of the test drives and it was so refreshing not to smell car fumes when there's loads of cars around. They're easy to maintain, quieter, fast, cheaper to run, futuristic, can be recharged at home, can be recharged via solar. Do I need to go on? The only reason I haven't made the transition myself yet is because my current car is paid off, and any car that I buy that's electric at the moment would mean I'd be paying more for, even with the fuel savings, but it's definitely on the agenda, especially after driving the Model 3 Performance after the weekend. I did joke with my wife that when I got to 1,000 subscribers I would buy an electric car, so if you want that to happen, please subscribe to my channel, as I'm very close to 1,000 subscribers. Number 3, legacy car makers, beware, China is coming. The The third takeaway I took from the show was that legacy car makers need to be really careful right now. The company I work for do a lot of business in China, and it's amazing how quick the Chinese move when they need to. In particular in the green technology area at the minute, they've set out a great industrial strategy over the last 10 to 20 years, and they're really starting to reap the rewards of this. I remember a time when Chinese build quality was way behind anywhere else, but that's no longer the case. The BYD stand was really popular, and the cars come in at a great price point when compared with others. BYD have been perfecting the art of building electric cars in China for a long time now, and they're now starting to release these to the rest of the world. For the majority of buyers, I think price will be one of the biggest factors when looking at EVs, and it looks like this is where the Chinese will obliterate the competition. Let's not also forget that many of the Tesla Model 3s, the ones with no panel gaps and decent build quality, are built in the Shanghai Tesla factory. Tesla are also a partner with a company called CATL for many of the battery packs, and they're also based in China as well. The legacy automakers have been really slow to react to this, and I really believe that some of them will pay the ultimate price. They seem to have kicked the can down the road and waited to see what others do, but they're now probably 10 years behind the rest of the competition, the BYDs and the Teslas of the world. I did think it was worth mentioning at this point Kia, Hyundai and Ford, who've been pretty proactive in producing EVs, such as the Ioniq range for Hyundai, and the Mustang Mach-E for Ford. On one of the panel talks, I believe it was quoted that Ford have reduced their number of models, or in the process of doing, from 32 to 8, just to make the electric transition easier for them. These automakers cannot simply retool one of the factories, they basically need to build a new factory from the ground up. They have a massive challenge on their hands, and while I wouldn't like to see any of them fail, I can't help but think there's going to be a few casualties. I'm going to leave you with another highlight reel from our time at Fully Charged. If you didn't make it this year, I would highly recommend it. Try and get there next year. There's some great stuff on offer, and this show just seems to be growing every year. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.